Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Africa! Viva Africa! Mayibuye, viva! Viva! Well, thank you very much, Lale. Thank you very much, Secretary General Spipile Mahlaba. And thank you, the Chairperson, the National Chairperson of the Africa Mayibuye movement. My name is Floyd Shivambu. They've already made the introduction. I'm currently the national convener of the Mayibuye Consultation process. So we are in the process of talking to all the people of South Africa on the possible formation of a political movement which is going to represent all the people of South Africa. Because we believe as the collective that the political parties that exist currently do not represent the people of South Africa. So we are visiting different provinces to speak to different people, to members of the community, to seek wisdom and guidance as to if we were to constitute a political movement and political party, what should be the form of that political party? We want to acknowledge the royal and traditional leadership that is with us here in Abefundisi as well, because at the core of those that we are going to be listening to and seeking wisdom from will be the traditional royal leadership from all corners of South Africa. And that is out of the recognition that the post-1994 government did not recognize or give meaningful roles and responsibilities to royal and traditional leadership. So we here to reimagine the future with the people of Northern Cape, because we can't constitute a movement before we speak to the people of the Northern Cape. This country we call South Africa today is as a result of the 1866 discovery of the diamond here, a few kilometers away from here. If there was no discovery of diamonds here in Kimberley, there would have never been the influx of white colonial settlers in the country we call South Africa. The fact that South Africa has got the highest number of colonial settlers in the African continent was due to, amongst other things, the discovery of diamonds here in the Northern Cape province. So once the diamonds were discovered, that is when the greedy Benny Benato and Cecil John Rose began to play with the lives of our people to start to pass laws that excluded the majority of our people from even foundational economic participation. So it was here in the Northern Cape in Kimberley where by law black people were not allowed to participate in the mining activities. In the beginning they did try, but with the passage of time, the white settlers said that it is only them who should participate in the digging of the diamonds. We were in area with Comrade Fana. We went to the only legacy that happened because of the discovery of diamonds here in Kimberley, the big hole. So Kimberley was left with a very huge hole, with no development, with nothing that reflects diamond in the whole of Kimberley. We went to visit there, and an interesting observation that we made there is that the biggest stone of diamond was discovered in 1974 by a resident of here in Kalishiwe called Abel Marete. And the De Beers mine, which owned that mine, the diamond mine, only gave him 10,000 rands. And that diamond stone that was discovered is worth billions of rands. So that is the manner in which our people continue to be treated all over the world, that everyone of African ancestry is not treated properly. And that is what defines the conditions of our people, that we remain poor despite being rich. We've got wealth underneath our soil, but we cannot make any value out of that particular one. And the other interesting visit that we had today as well was to the Mayibuye uprising memorial here in location 2 of Kalishiwe. So in 1952, the white colonial settlers tried to organize the 300-year celebration of the arrival of the colonial settler Jan van Riebeeck, because he had arrived in 1652. So activists and anti-colonial, anti-apartheid activists from here in Kimberley went to protest against the arrival of Jan van Riebeeck. And then the apartheid government sent the police to suppress and kill those that were resisting the celebration of the 300 years of the arrival of the colonial settlers. And as a result, 12 comrades were killed on the 8th of November 1952, but others died afterward because of the wounds that they had encountered as part of that uprising. So there's a monument here in Kalishiwe called Mayibuye Uprising Memorial to give commemoration to those comrades, the fallen heroes. So we had to go to pay tribute to those that took place and participated in the Mayibuye uprising. And next to the Mayibuye uprising memorial, there is also a building which was used by Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe as an office. So when the apartheid government released Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe from prison, he was imprisoned, he was banished to here in Kimberley. He spent his last 9 years of life in Kimberley. So he had an office where he would interact with people. He was going to church here. He died in the hospital here. So we had an opportunity to go and pay tribute to the Mayibuye Africa Center, which is the name of the place where Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe used to use as an office. I think it's legitimate, and we say it to the people who are running that center, that in honor of Robert Sobukwe, perhaps when we take power, we should rename the city of Kimberley after Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe, to commemorate and celebrate the fact that is the role that they played against South Africa. Because one of the most tragic realities of the history of South Africa is that those that associate the Congress movement, they tend to suppress the contributions of other revolutionaries in the struggle against apartheid and colonialism. And that should not be us. It should take a different form in terms of how we deal with these issues. So comrades, the people of Northern Cape from all regions, we are here not to give political speeches, we are here to listen. So all of us as the leadership, we are listening, and we are keeping verbatim record of each and every input that is going to be made. We are interested, we are open to listen to any view in terms of what is to be done, how to move forward. We are here under your feet to seek guidance as to if we're to start a political movement, what should make it different from other political formations, and what should be the character and nature of that political formation, so that we do not repeat the same mistakes of the past 30 years, where political power was given to the black majority, or partially given to the black majority, but economic power, as is demonstrated in the mines here in all the areas. Economic power still remains in the hands of those that had it before the end of legislated apartheid. So we're here basically to listen to everyone, and the emphasis is that let us speak with ease, let us speak in the languages that we are much more comfortable with. It's not compulsory to speak in English. We hear all the languages, we understand all the languages. If you want to speak in Afrikaans, we'll hear. If you want to speak in Setswana, we'll hear. If you want to speak in Xhosa, we'll hear. In each and every language that you are comfortable to address this meeting through, we will be able to hear you accordingly. And then we will come back to give way forward as to what will be the next program of Mayibuye process. The leadership has already illustrated that we have been to different provinces and we're still going to others to have a similar process. And at the end, we're going to consolidate a report and then come back to the people to give the report before we constitute the way forward. Thank you very much for coming to give us your views. So we're going to sit down and all of us are going to pay detailed attention to all the inputs that are going to come from all of you. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that.
Thank you very much, comrades. Let's also thank the Secretary General for outlining where we come from as Mayibuye Consultation process and why we are here. And also thank the National Convener, Comrade Floyd Shivambu, for speaking to